This is about picking up grain in the shop and using the snow blower to throw some in, and it gets a little dusty. It's not really that bad. Like visibility wise, you can see about 100 feet before it gets hazy, even like a good fog, middle fog. It's actually not that bad, but he's saying grain dust is explosive. The base statement is true. I think a whole bunch of people said that. None of them really had an answer when I said, so is diesel, but can you light a cup of diesel with a match? No, you can't. Why? Air fuel mixture. These facts matters when it comes to stuff like this. So the LEL, the lower explosive limit of oats, is 60 to 100 grams per cubic meter square or cubed. It's a lot of dust. So the lower, like zero visibility limit, but for you to hold your hand out in front of your face and not be able to see your hand is 5 to, I had to write it down, 3 to 5 grams per meter squared. Cubed. Why did I keep doing that? So, for you to not be able to see your hand at this distance, you would have to have about 20 times worse than that for there'd be a chance for an explosion. I'm seeing 100 feet, Everyone's like, well, it's an enclosed area. No, the whole end's open. It is not a concern. Calm down. Places where this is a concern is confined space so you can have that pressure, because that's how bombs work. It's the resistance against it and that pressure. There's too much air volume in this. It's like 170 by 42. Get into a really small bin. Another place where you have a hazard of a grain or a dust explosion is it's actually more of a secondary explosion. So you'll have something fail, a motor, something fail, and it does just a pop or it'll shake the building. And a lot of those old grain elevators, you got rafters, you have beams all over the place with 20 years of dust on them. And that hit will drop 20 years of dust. And that's where you get a high enough level that you'll get that explosion. Those are kind of things to worry about. Again, I don't see many rafters in here. But it's all there, fuel mixture. Back to the diesel thing. Can't light a cup of diesel on fire like it's a hard go. But you put it in a weed sprayer and you can light some diesel on fire. It's all the combustion engine. That's how it works. You need it atomized. You need the particles to be able to burn and touch into the next particle. That's really what's happening with the dust explosion. You got all these little super fine dust particles that light on fire, but they're just touching the next one, so it lights it, and just touching the next one, and it rapidly expands. Do we feel safer now? Do we feel that we don't have to use the buzzword grain dust explosion without knowing the actual facts about it? Hopefully a few.